There's also some news coming from Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They announced on Twitter that Bad Boys 4 is in production. They are making the film. I'm so excited. Bad Boys for Life, for the third Bad Boys. It was so fun. I think the stakes were there. I think the comedy was there. I think the action was amazing. I think that they played really well with the age of both Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in this new space. I thought that it was a really fun film and a very rewatchable film. And it was something that came out right before the pandemic started, and I was able to see it in theaters. And I wish it would have got a longer run, but of course the world kind of shut down right around when that movie came out. Bad Boys 4, we of course still have the stench of last year's Academy Awards and the Oscar slap, as has been known to go. Will Smith, he's apologized profusely about everything that's happened. He's trying to move on. I think that it's time for us to move on as well. And this project can help us do it. Now, the thing is, I think that Emancipation, even though it was a great performance by him, it also seemed like, for those who don't know, Emancipation was Will Smith's Apple TV movie that was directed by Antoine Fuqua, where he plays Whooped Peter, which you've probably seen pictures of the runaway slave that had the whips all over his back, who flees to join the revolution, join the Civil War, and try to liberate his family. The film didn't really work for me, but I thought that Will Smith was great. I actually liked his performance there more than I liked it in King Richard. And it seemed to be a film that was created to try to resensitize his image with Hollywood, in particular, the critics, the power brokers. And it was never going to work because there was such a outcry to the point that I felt like it started to get a little disingenuous from Hollywood, specifically the players in Hollywood, that a project like that was not what he needed at the time. I think that was probably a misstep on his part, not doing that movie, because I think it was a story that needed to be told, but having that movie be his first project after the Oscar slap. It should be a popcorn film like this, because this is going to ingratiate him with his fan base, the people who matter in terms of going to the movies, going to the cinema, streaming his films, the people who love Will Smith before and are ready to move on with him. This is that crowd pleaser type of film, not an art house film like Emancipation, but a crowd pleaser, a known property. Everybody also loves Martin Lawrence as well. There's so much to look forward to in bringing in the next movie in this franchise. I think it's going to help him a lot. I think a lot about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a bit different. He seems to want to control his image a lot like Will Smith does. But something that Tom Cruise started to do, I feel, was really do the projects that matter to him and the projects that matter to his fans, and did not want to do projects that kowtow him to this machine in Hollywood, the critics in Hollywood. You know, it doesn't seem like they're ever going to give him an Oscar. In fact, he stopped getting nominated for different things. He was doing these really powerful performances. I mean, after Collateral, not getting nominated for Collateral, it was obvious that Hollywood was not going to move past some of his weirdness that happened in the past, and that he just had this stink about him. He said, okay, well, I'm going to do films for me. I'm going to do films for my fans. And since then, Mission Impossible franchise, which is my favorite franchise of all time at this point, he just did Top Gun and pretty much reopened theaters when theaters were really struggling. He helped them come back with his film. He's doing things that make him happy, and he's starting to get a lot of recognition for it. I think Will Smith can have a similar type of phase in his career next. He doesn't need to do the art house films unless, I think that he should still obviously stretch himself as an actor, because that's what he's passionate about. But don't do it just because you feel like it's going to help to ingratiate you with Hollywood. You have your Oscar, you have all the awards and accolades that you want. You're going to go down as one of the greats of the last 25 years. Do the projects that make your fans happy and make you happy. And I think Bad Boys 4 is a good start. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm assuming they announced it because everything's ready to go. Maybe we'll get it in 2024. Definitely early 2025 at the latest. They'll shoot this thing and get it going. So very excited for Bad Boys 4. It's not Bad Boys for Life because they've already did. That was the whole joke. They already did Bad Boys for Life, but they'll figure out something to do.